Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to give a brief overview of how to use reports in Chabad Suite and when to use them. A common question is when to use reports versus some type of search. So if I go here, if I go to search, advanced search, I can put in my search criteria. Here I'm just going to leave it blank. And you can see here the advantages of using a search. When you perform a search as opposed to a report, after selecting whichever context you're interested in working with, you can perform a lot of actions based off those searches. So we can send out emails, add context to group, export contacts. Let's see, we have a lot of different actionable options here. Whereas in terms of viewing the data, we just have very basic information, name, address, city, state. On a report, there's less actionable items, but you can customize a lot more the views that you can have. So if you're trying to just view the data, reports are going to be the way to go. Whereas if you want to do specific actions, you're going to want to use a search. So let's go to reports. Go to reports, all reports. And here we have a bunch of different report categories. We have contact reports, contribution reports, and a bunch of others here, event reports. And each of these different reports has different fields that you're able to show as columns on the report and then also to use as filters in the report. So let's take a look here. We'll just do a constituent summary. This is a report we can look at and change the way we want it. So let's see here. We have all these different fields that are available to us to display as columns on the report. So maybe we want to see the person that we already have contact name. Maybe we want to see their email, street address. Maybe we want to see their nickname. We have all these different fields here. Then we have more fields here as well. If you create custom fields and you have to make them available for a search, then they'll show up here as well. Some of these are custom fields here, and then you can put your custom fields in a report as well. There's the contact summary fields, which can be useful. These fields, actually, it's something that is important to know. These fields, even though they're related to contributions, right? They're combined contact related contributions. These are really contact fields, so you need to use these on a contact report as opposed to a contribution report. And obviously this report is a contact report, so it has specific fields here, whereas different reports will have different fields available for filtering and to display on the report, and you're going to have to play around to see which report is going to be the right one to use. But okay, so let's go through this. We're displaying some different fields on the report, and if we refresh our results here, we'll see these columns. You see these columns here. But we just have everybody in the database showed up. We didn't set any filters. So we have columns, which we already did. They're sorting. You can choose which, you can order the fields. So, maybe you want to do it based off next Hebrew birthday or something, ascending, descending. And you also have filters. You can set up filters for who should be displayed on the report. Maybe I only want this report to contain women. And maybe I only want it to be women who, together with their spouse, the contact contributions all time is less than or equal to $1,000. Let's say this is what we're interested in. And then if we refresh the results, let's see what we get. Okay, we only have 2 people now in here. And then developers tab, this isn't something we need to worry about. Also title format, email delivery. There's a way to email yourself a report, and I'll add, there's an article that shows how to set that up, so you can email yourself the report every single week. And I will add that in the description. Under access here, you can make the report available in the dashboard. You can add it to My Reports, which is under here, Reports, My Reports. Those are going to be the main things here. The important thing to remember is that after all the changes we made, we added change to the filters, columns, access. We have to hit save or save as a copy in order for those changes to actually take effect. Let's do save a copy because the report we use, constituent summary, is kind of like a template. And we want to be able to go back and use this template again for other things, but this is a very specific report we made. So we're going to save a copy, and we're going to call this report, we're going to say women who donated less than $1,000, because that's what we had on the filters, right? That was the report. And we're going to hit continue. And now we have this report saved, and if we go to reports, all reports here, we'll see this report here somewhere. Oh, here. Oh, because we added it to my report. So women who donated less than $1,000. And if we want to add it to the dashboard, we can go here, CRM home. We can go configure your dashboard. Women who donated less than $1,000, we drop that in there. And we're good. Now this covers most everything you need to know about reports. We'll just touch on a few more things here. If we go back to reports here, there's actually, in addition, even when I go to all reports, this isn't actually all the reports available to you. You can find more reports by going to create new report from template. And then there's other reports here. For example, one that is very useful is there's a report here for price sets somewhere. And this can be very useful for displaying and filtering data on line items in a price set. So maybe you had a price set with 6 different options and you want to see exactly what was selected by different people, so you can use one of these reports to get that information. There's also a yard site report that we created here specifically to display upcoming yard sites that you can find here. And let's go back to the other reports. There was a couple other things I wanted to go over. If we go back to this report, women who donated less than $1,000, let's say I want to add a little bit more information. I want to add a gender field, birthday. I can refresh the results, and any changes that I make to the report will show up in the results, but like gender, birthday, but it's not going to be saved to the actual report. So if I leave, that won't be saved. I have to select the action save for that, for those changes to actually take effect. You can also see other actions you have here. You have the ability to export as a CSV, put the PDF. You can also add the context to a group over here. One last thing, under filters, it can be very useful sometimes to, you can create a group of contacts some other way, maybe via search. You create a group, and then you can use the group to filter on a report. So you can say the contacts are in a specific group, and this can give you more options for filtering your contacts better. And I think that covers everything for the basics of how to use reports. It's a bit of a learning process. So you have to play around with it to see exactly what works for you.